happened here, boy?
What do you mean?
I was just like, what's going on?
Oh my God! All right, so a lot of shuffling around. Welcome to
A lot of shuffling around.
We are on episode 2 tonight.
Woo!
Last week we had a little bit of a hiccup because I got violently sick.
Yep.
Couldn't make my way over.
Yep.
And so now we're starting this Wednesday.
Yeah.
We back in here, boys.
We are here, boys.
Sweet.
So for those of you tuning in for the first time or for the second time or your final time, because we don't know what life brings to us, this is Torn Between Two Brothers, a podcast where we have a discussion. We come back every week with news, something new to us.
Fresh new information, whether it be something that we just found out today, something we found out 20 years ago and just thought about today. I mean, mostly more relevant shit than that.
Yeah, whatever we want.
Yeah.
Well, 20 years ago, you were like 5.
Yeah, and
so
I had some
what did you
existential ideas back in the day about philosophy and things like that.
So one, and then we like to switch it up too. We're gonna try to implement some new game mode. The reason why we've been like scrambling is to try to put this new game inside of the podcast.
Yep.
So it's gonna look a little haphazard. Jesus Christ, my OCD is freaking out. Just like we throw it together haphazardly, but the game is still there. But we're gonna have like an actual cool animation similar to how the Spin the Wheel is. So without further ado, we're gonna start off. One thing we wanted to get into is Spotify. Even though you were sick last week, so a lot of the news is like in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So the first thing we want to do is Spotify did their 2019 Wrapped.
Yep.
To show what we've been listening to for the last year.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be interesting if we just talked about who our top 5 is, which I might have made too big, but it's okay. It might be huge.
I think it's gonna go right. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Super huge.
Well, do I have to move? I guess we'll do like, hey, number 1.
All right, yeah.
So JB.
Yeah, dude, let's not talk about this.
JB's got the newly legal 18-year-old. Drake wants nothing to do with her because she's 18 now. So Billie Eilish.
I know. Honestly, I gotta say, she's probably more like third. Okay. While like post. So I have.
But when she dropped her new album, I think it was a. What do you? Oh,
yeah. So I have Billie, X, Post, Tech 9, and Young Gravy. So I feel that
Young Gravy, dude.
I feel like my phone was on repeat on her album, like just by itself.
Yeah.
So I feel it's closer to third for me, with X being 1, Post being second, Billie being third.
I didn't have Billie Eilish on mine, to be honest, because I was listening to that album left and right. I even had it on fucking my TV, my smart TV in the living room, and I was playing it, but I don't know if it actually got through here. So for mine, we have XXXtentacion. Whoa, where am I? Childish Gambino, Chance the Rapper, Juice WRLD, and the Oh Hellos.
I don't know who the Oh Hellos are.
All right, so I don't know why it's on there, to be honest, because, all right, they had one TikTok song, and it was like this horse girl that was like, everyone was going to tranquilize her.
Oh, yeah.
And I forget what it was, but I found that song, and then I was like, oh, this
How does the song go?
No, I'm not gonna
you
gotta
do it.
It's like an indie folk kind of band.
Okay.
And I started listening to their music, and I realized I loved it because it was like right down the alley of like the kind of folk music I like Monsters
folk
of
that
Men,
you used to like, yeah,
Vance Joy, all those kind of people. But yeah, R.I.P. to the Juice WRLD, to the X.
Yeah, I know.
Chance the Rapper canceled his tour for the rest of the tour.
He loves his wife.
He loves his wife.
Hey! But yeah, half your list is dead, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, well, like mine, if you take... So let's break down why we think this is our top 5. Okay. So Billie Eilish had an unbelievable album drop. It was one of my favorite albums. Yep. I'm able to listen to it from front to back at all times. I feel like it's sat on replay, so I don't feel like she's number 1, as I said before. X is easily one of my favorite artists of all time, especially right now.
Oh, right now. Postmortem, his second album just came out. I've only listened to like a quarter of it, but that Blink-182 song is fire.
It's so good.
But yeah, definitely him passing definitely spruced up my number 1.
Yeah. And then Post Malone had an unbelievable album this year too.
Oh yeah,
but I'm always listening to like his first 2 albums or
every album.
Bentleys and
Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
And what was the one after that? I don't know. Whatever. The past 2 he's had have been easy listens to. Tech 9, I think it's just when I get in the zone for like something like
some old nostalgia,
crazy, and then Young Gravy. I mean, he's with the shits, boy. He's with the shits, boy. I loved his fucking album. He just released a new album. I'm terrible with album names.
I like him for like bad reasons. Like I don't think
so
he's good, but
so
I do
good.
enjoy his music.
Like he's like a guilty pleasure, but not.
You know, and I'm surprised that you don't have Childish Gambino in your top or Chance the Rapper, because those are two people that you showed me forever ago.
Childish, I haven't been able to listen consistently. Like I didn't care for his new album, so I listened to a bunch of singles over and over and over.
Yeah,
and then Chance the Rapper,
you didn't like his new album either.
His album came out late this year, but or later in the year, but like he didn't have anything that I could like keep like I feel like the reason why I have my top 5 is because I listen to albums.
Correct.
So it's by like,
yeah, but that's the same with me. Like Chance the Rapper's got Acid Rap now on Spotify that just released this
which
year.
Is so upsetting that Juice is on it.
I know, but for copyright reasons for the person who made the beat. But I don't know, like those are, and then Juice WRLD speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And Juice WRLD, it's before he died, because he just died on the 8th. You know what I mean? 6 days ago, Juice WRLD passed away.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. But yeah, so I think that wraps up our 2019
Spotify
Wrapped.
Yeah, let's see if this is probably going to kick back on, but it's okay, boy. So I think one thing I do want to get into while we're still on like the whole music thing. So X passed away 2 years ago.
2 years ago already?
His death anniversary was the release of his album.
No way.
So it was his 2-year anniversary of passing away. Mm-hmm. And he released a new album, and that's so I'm just bringing up the notes.
He's just going to get into it. He's just going to get into it.
So it's the Bad Vibes Forever.
Yep.
Okay. There's a lot of people complaining about the album not being that good. And you gotta acknowledge he's passed away 2 years. Like
he's been dead 2 years.
People took you could take a local rapper, or you could take a big rapper or a rapper that's just getting on the scene. If you were scraping at the leftovers for 2 years worth of songs, I mean, the boy has released more albums than like who's Lil Uzi Vert. Like Postmortem alone, like he's releasing like a lot of music by himself.
Well, here's the thing too, is that he's passed away, so all the music that they're trying to find, scrape, put together, release, add a feature onto, it's all probably stuff that X wasn't proud of to release on his own.
Yeah, I know.
So it's all like the bits and pieces of him being passed away, then you slap a verse onto it.
Someone else.
It's not going to be fucking amazing. It's not. You know what I mean? It's the same with Tupac when he
died.
Good. Same with probably Biggie when he died. I don't know if Biggie had a Postmortem album.
There was they would do a collection album where they would have people come on a remix and stuff like that, and they might have had like unreleased songs.
Are you going to have like 10 out of 10 fucking stars on an album from that? No.
But a lot of people are pissed at like really X's mom for like kind of gaining off of her son's death, and like kind of like,
what are you gonna do though? If you die, I'm scrapping your fucking music and I'm releasing it and be like, oh, JB the Canadian, that dude used to like help at homeless shelters and go to charity events, and his dying wish was to have me publish all of his albums, and I'll scrape through that. I'll make some money off your death. I don't give a shit.
I mean, like the first real song, like not the intro, X Bitch, I love that song. It's a vibe. It's all fading to black.
Was Heart Eater on there?
Yeah, Heart Eater was on there.
That was a
Bad
single that got
Vibes
released.
Forever with P&B Rock and what the frick is his name? He just Trippie Redd was really good. Limbo is one of my favorites.
I don't think I heard
all
that one
fading
yet.
to black with Blink 182. Voss is a fucking jam. But there's some trash features. Lil Wayne's verse on School Shooters, trash. Rick Ross, I fucking hate Rick Ross.
Rick Ross will be forever one of the people we
so
both hate,
much.
I think. On top of J. Cole, Rick Ross is maybe a close second.
Okay,
does that make sense?
No. It goes J. Cole, Nas, Pitbull, Flo Rida.
I wouldn't even put Pitbull in there, dude. I wouldn't even say. Is he hip hop? Is he technically hip hop?
Flo Rida then.
Oh, Flo Rida sucks, yeah.
But like Rick Ross, I don't mind when I'm like in the mood.
You know
for
what
Rick
I never
Ross.
noticed, by the way? Flo Rida is actually Florida.
You're such a
I'm
piece
just
of
kidding.
shit. I know you knew it. Joyner Lucas put on a really good verse too.
I didn't catch that song, but Joyner Lucas always puts out amazing
He's been crushing
shit
right now.
Yeah, unless he does collabs with Eminem, and then I think he's trash because I hate Eminem.
You hate Eminem?
I fucking hate Eminem, dude. Eminem's a piece of shit.
A bitch, dude.
He was good. Like, I don't know. His first like 3 albums were good, and then I was like, yo, you're like, okay. people that if there's people watching that have ever played Fortnite, which I'm sure everyone has, you know when there's that one dude and he's a fucking tryhard, and you know he's a tryhard.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I hate
Eminem.
that dude. That's the Eminem of the music world.
No, I get it.
Or COD. Yeah, you get that one dude and he's like, oh man, I'm gonna fucking 725 shotgun slap you across the map. Like that's Eminem.
Yeah.
Like, to me,
actually, Joyner and Eminem just recently had a song of theirs leak, which was a song titled "If I Were Gay" or something like that, and they were making like weird, like it was just like very homophobic, and they was trying to be like woke and stuff like that, but then they end up scrapping.
Well, look at just because we're talking about Eminem for a little bit. Look at his fucking verse against like going into like the politics world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Hate that
like,
shit.
Stay in your boundaries.
Well, no,
I get it.
Eminem's been doing it forever. He had the song "Mosh" against George Bush. Like,
Eminem.
he had a bunch of
all right, you ready? I'm gonna make another analogy. Eminem is the Family Guy of TV.
Okay.
Of music.
Okay.
Is that
low
fair?
key?
You can make fun of it, but like when you're going like heavy into it, like shut the fuck up. Like just make music. Just make music, dude. I hate that shit, man. I really do. It grinds my gears. It's a Family Guy reference.
Grinds my gears. So I think one of the things that I wanted to get into while we still had the Spotify stuff is Juice WRLD passed away, R.I.P.
Yep.
He said passed away the 8th, so that was like 10 days ago.
Yep.
Is it a week and a half ago?
Yeah.
Yep. So he was honestly, it's so weird. So we grew.
Wait, are you throwing your card? Are we done with X?
Yeah, I can.
I just want you. I want you to throw your card. We still need clips of you shittily throwing it you in the head. Hey, see, being on that side doesn't help.
I know it doesn't. So I wanted to get into like. So we got into like the new generation of hip hop, like the Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Yachty, XX. Sure. Juice WRLD is probably a little bit more recent than them.
I think Juice WRLD kind of bumped out when X passed away. Mm-hmm. He and I'm not calling him like a piggyback or anything. But like Ski Master Slump God took him in.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say take him in because he was his own artist. He was doing his own thing. But he kind of rode off the fame of XXX when people were like, holy shit, Juice WRLD, like he's making good
Juice
music.
WRLD had Lucid Dreams. It has 1 billion fucking streams on Spotify.
I understand that, but Lucid Dreams came out after X passed away.
Yeah.
Like that's why he's on my top 5 is because X passed away and I listened the fuck out of X. Yeah. Went through, the discography and kept listening to him. And then I saw Juice WRLD and I was like, holy shit. And then he came obviously he had Lucid Dreams.
He did a joint album with Future and it's so fucking good.
Is it good?
It's so
You know what's funny? I hate Future, so I didn't give it a listen.
Maybe you'll enjoy
dead,
it.
Maybe I should. Maybe I should appreciate something.
You'll enjoy it because so Juice WRLD tweeted that he's like, "Oh no, I make it once I do a joint album with Future," and I think it was shortly after Future and Drake did an album.
Yep.
So and then all of a sudden that resurfaced once he was doing that album with Future. So people were like cheesing that, like
dope.
Like he made even though it probably wasn't a real goal, it was more like, "Oh, I'm gonna tweet about this." But it was still like a cool accomplishment that like kind of just.
That's pretty
came into
sweet.
fruition, but he was one of my favorites like recently. Like
no, absolutely.
He's another one of those.
Okay, wait, before you say something, so I'm just gonna talk to you guys real quick. Before Juice WRLD died, no, actually right after. Sorry. So I was listening to Juice WRLD. I was cheesing to him. He did the song "Hate Me" with Ellie Goulding, and then he did the other song with the dude that sounds like Kodak Black. And why and no what the fuck?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we'll skip it. But so he had like 2 hit songs that smacked on Spotify and TikTok as well. And going back to
TikTok, baby.
So Juice WRLD passes, and the first thing JB does is literally hits me up, goes, "Yeah, Juice WRLD passed," and I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm fucking like depressed about it." And then he goes, "Can you stop liking rappers so they can stop dying?" Because literally the week before XXX died, I was like, "Oh my god, look at this guy!" Because I'm a fucking hipster, and I
waited months after I told you about X.
Everyone loved X, and then I hopped on the train, and then X passed away.
Do you know why I got into X? I might have told you the story. So Kendrick Lamar tweeted X's first, or not first out. It was like a first themed album. I know he had albums before, like kind of mixtapes, where it was a bunch of his homies just rapping and doing more like outlandish things.
Yeah, when Kendrick was good. Yeah, I got
you. So he was like the mosh pit music that XXX does.
Yeah.
So the album after, which was 13, when that released, Kendrick tweeted it out.
Oh wow!
And I go, oh, that's weird that Kendrick, who's like this conscious rapper who like is like so like
known to be lyrical,
is tweeting out what X, who I only knew him as like look at me, how does it go? I don't know. The Look at Me song, the first song he had out.
Look at me, fuck with me, look at me. Yeah. I know. I got you.
So he tweeted it out, and I'm like, why the fuck is he tweeting out like this, like almost mosh pit music? And then I listened to it, and it was just like a ballad. Well, I remember songs.
I know. I love how we're talking about Juice WRLD. We're going back to X. Yeah. But I remember you telling me about a video, and it was like hardcore rock dudes reacting to XXX's music.
Dude.
And they were like,
they were cheesing.
If I'm gonna get into rap, this is the type of music I'm getting into, because it's like a hardcore rap mixture. Yeah. I mean,
and I think
there's
they
a lot of
poured
acoustic
into
ballads and stuff like that. But
they poured into it because Travis Barker was on one of his songs.
Correct.
So all of a sudden they were like, oh, you know,
Travis Barker's on there. If he can get inspired by a rapper like that, like maybe I should give it a listen, which is pretty cool.
But Juice WRLD.
So I got a couple notes on Juice WRLD is my card, by the way. Me and JB both obviously wrote it down, and then I stole it. But so Juice WRLD, just to put into emphasis of what happened, if there's people out there that don't know Juice WRLD or what happened to him. Yeah. So basically what it was is that we found out Juice WRLD had a seizure, and he died at an airport. Yeah. So, and then that was originally what happened.
That was all that was disclosed.
Juice WRLD had a seizure. He said he wasn't going to live past 21, and it happened. And we were obviously devastated. Then we found out after that Juice WRLD, and you heard about this, right? Yeah. So he had a bunch of Percocets?
Yeah, Percocets.
He had a bunch of Percocets, and before they were double checking all the bags, which he had like fucking.
Well, they were saying that
so much weed and so many handguns.
Yeah.
But with the Percocets, I'm assuming he probably didn't want to go to jail or whatever. He popped some in his mouth to hide them from airport security. Yeah. And
then, do you know why? So the pilot didn't want to like have like all this on board, like the guns and drugs and everything. And I think he snitched on them or something like that. I think it was something along those lines where he was uncomfortable with. It was something where like someone who worked for the person, like the plane or whatever, was uncomfortable with all the stuff.
I mean, why wouldn't you be? It's fucking, Juice WRLD is homies, a bunch of handguns, weeds, and, like pot and Percocets. You know what I mean? And Juice WRLD took the Percocets
to conceal it.
Ended up having a seizure, or like I would say like a drug overdose. Pretty much it is at that point. So what I also have on here, and it's funny because if my sister-in-law is watching, I mean, hopefully, probably not with her kids, but my niece called me yesterday or the day before. Called me and Joanna. We were hanging out on the couch. And she calls and goes, "Juice WRLD was found in the Bahamas." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she goes, "It's on the news." And I think she's 12 years old. Yeah. So to a 12-year-old, I'm like, okay, if it's on the news, maybe someone spotted him out, because he had tweeted about faking his own death.
Yeah.
At 21.
Yeah.
So people are like mad skeptical, but it's every single artist that it happens. Every single time. Obviously, I gave it a look, and the first thing is a YouTube video like Juice WRLD conspiracies. He's in the Bahamas, and I was like, Carly Ann.
They
showed
he
still passed away. Yeah,
Juice WRLD also had a lyric about who's the guy? He mentions a famous person that passed away at 21 as well.
Oh, I don't know. I think you're talking about Legends. The song for Legends, he talks about the 27 Club. People like
27,
Janis Joplin died at 27. Jimi Hendrix died at 27. Possibly Kurt Cobain. I think he might be involved. So the 27 Club, they all died at 27.
Do you know
we're
the
not
TikTok
making it past
trend?
21.
The TikTok trend where it's like the lucid dreams. 2 months ago, dude, it's this trend started on TikTok where they would be like, I still see your shadows in my room. And it was like seizure out.
It would
and
seizure
people
out.
would pretend to Caesar.
Yep. Caesar. They would pretend to make a Caesar salad.
2 months before the fucking news came out.
They were joking about, not joking about him having
a
seizure,
it was just like
it was a TikTok trend.
It was like a remix that they kind of like, they heard, and then it sounded like someone having a seizure, like with the beat.
And they would have the water dropping from their mouth and stuff like that.
And then people would pretend to have seizures and then like do it in front of like their grandmother to have them freak out during the TikTok.
Correct.
Half of it is fake acting, but like they would be like, and then like, or like, it's crazy. It's like life.
It's the Chinese government who runs TikTok that knows what the fuck is going on.
What is it? They say life is weirder than Like life is weirder than like someone that writes a book or whatever. I don't know what the exact saying is, but it's like
I wish this podcast had a zoom in on my face so I could be like,
it's like they say like life can be weirder than like what we could like movies and stories and everything. Okay. I don't know what the fuck it is. Someone commented below, so I don't sound like an idiot.
And fucking
validate me, please.
The last thing I have on my card which says Juice WRLD passing is the music to come. So I had seen an interview where Juice WRLD had said after X passed, he had an interview and he said, I'm going to try to make a fuck ton of music. A ton of music, because if something happens to me, I think he thought he was going to get shot or something, but he said, I want to make so much music so by the time I die, people can enjoy my music for years. Mm-hmm. So I think as a last comment to Juice WRLD RIP is that it's going to be like XXX, where there's going to be a couple albums, so stay tuned and ride the Juice WRLD train.
Low-key stoked.
Well, you gotta celebrate his death. You know what I mean? You got to enjoy his music, and he's put such a great performance on in terms of his life. You know,
it's crazy because I was looking at his stats. So the first thing, because X blew up. Yeah, like I think him passing away was detrimental to how big he became afterwards. Yeah. So it's one of those, because sometimes when some people pass away, the music kind of like blows up and then simmers down. Sure. But I think X kept that momentum until for
absolutely
another year or whatever.
Almost 2 years. I mean,
And Juice WRLD, his jumped from like 23 million to 31 million monthly listeners, which I didn't think was insane.
Yeah.
I think X is like doubled or something.
I think XXX is gonna hold the record for post-mortem, like in terms of people just enjoying the fuck out of his music after he dies. I think Juice WRLD is gonna kind of be put under the radar, and then people are gonna strap his music for features. There's gonna be probably, I'm assuming, I'll say 2 to 3 albums worth of content that I'm sure he has. If he was that paranoid about passing away and not being able to have people enjoy his music, it's got to be somewhere around there. So
So I don't know if you want to jump right into Spin That Wheel, because we're already 20 minutes deep.
20 minutes? That's it?
25
and you want to go to Spin That Wheel?
25 minutes, boy? I don't know. You wanted to switch it up last. I mean, we did our first episode, and we're like, all right, do we need to skim through these topics quicker? Do we need to do the games quicker? What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, we want to figure out our time management so you guys can enjoy yourself. And
you know what?
We can have
fuck
fun
it. I'm gonna go into a topic. Fuck you, Brandon.
Okay.
I'm gonna skim this one to the back. I'm gonna flip things over. I think one thing I want to kind of go into, and I will get your input, because I think it's gonna look like I'm like doing magic tricks, but I'm not. So I don't know if you heard this. So I think I want to get your input because you're a gamer.
Yeah.
And every Sunday we get pissed together at the Pats.
Yeah.
And Ninja tweeted that for field goal kicks, he tweeted, and I quote, "I'll never understand how college and NFL football teams that allow kickers that just miss kicks. I feel like there has to be pools of kickers in the USA that won't miss simple kicks, or snappers that won't mess up the snap. I don't know, man. It seems silly. Would love opinions on this."
You know what?
Someone.
Go ahead.
Let me just
clear there, because I'm already like filled with rage.
And then someone says, "Well, it's just like when people miss shots in Fortnite." Sure. And then he responded, "Well, Fortnite requires a lot more. You need the building. You need to like be, whatever the fuck." And he goes, "There's no positions. So in Fortnite, you just play the game."
Correct.
But like in football, a kicker is a kicker. Like there's no other. He has no other. He does nothing but kick the ball.
Correct.
So like, there's no like, why is he like, why is there so many people missing easy
kicks?
That's
aggravating. Yeah, there you go. The Ninja needs to shut the fuck up. I love Ninja. Tyler Blevins, that he's my home guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love the dude. But you can't fucking say it unless you're a kicker. And okay, this is what I'm going to say about this topic, is that he should understand that not everyone is out of all people. You're one of the luckiest motherfuckers that has like a great deal with the Xbox, like with Microsoft.
He's lost tournaments while being the fucking best player of Fortnite of all time. Well,
exactly.
All you do is play Fortnite.
Exactly. Yeah. And some of these kickers, whether they're rookie, whether they're seasoned, whether they're veterans, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna miss.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like it's such a naive thing to say. It's a naive thing to say.
Pissed right now.
But I mean, if you take, since we're in New England, you take Nick Folk. Nick Folk's got an 80 81.2 or 80.2. Someone fact check me and comment on there. I think it's 80.2 field goal percentage.
Okay.
And there was one game where he missed 3 of them.
Yeah.
It happens. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like to think like, oh my God, like, oh really? You can't kick 100% all the time? Like, fuck you. I don't know. Is that
but like
naive?
80% is like not crazy. Like
80% is pretty fucking. 80% is a passing grade in fucking college. Yeah, when I get 80.2% in my college class, I am fucking.
But you're not
excited.
Like if you were raised by Asian parents, you would be failing. You 100. I understand the frustration.
You're a Pats hater.
You're fucking no. Like I get so pissed to see like stupid shit happen, and kicking pissed me off, especially because I've lost money betting on a fucking game, and the reason why I lost the point spread is the kicker misses.
But it's not
a regular field goal. I like a field goal. Okay. I get. I get if you're like halfway down the field, you get to the 30, 40-yard line, and then you're stuck and you have to kick.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, well, now he's got to kick a 49-yard.
You're talking about the extra point.
You're talking about the extra point.
You're not talking about 3 points.
I'm not talking about 3 points.
Which should be more devastating than 1 point.
No.
You're saying like a 35-yard kick, you get more mad because maybe they're closer and it might be easier.
Yes.
But the thing is, you have to understand is that someone's snapping the ball. Someone's job is to literally snap the ball. The other person positions the football, and the kicker kicks it. If that position of the field, because you got to think when they're practicing, they might, they're probably
they're not stressed. Yeah,
they're not stressed because they got a fucking
game.
sea of people that are trying to,
that's true.
Block a field goal. They don't have the stress of someone fucking up, snapping the ball, getting it to that position that they need to have.
Yeah.
Because if they fuck up even a little bit, and it's happened before, they've missed the snap, it's gone behind them, fumble recovery all the way to the end zone. They've fucking, you've seen kicks where they grab the ball and they tilt it just the wrong way and it fucks you up. So it's not just the kicker, and that's why I'm saying
still just get so pissed.
Ninja's just a little naive.
I know he's. I get it because people are like, it's just like a Fortnite. It's like, dude, like esports gamers. Mm-hmm. Are just as much athletes as fucking like they're not physical athletes, but mentally they have like it's just like baseball. Like baseball, when someone goes to hit, no. Let me get into it.
Go ahead.
But like
I'm not
when they hit. When they have a pitch, they only have so many fucking fractions of a second to react.
Correct.
Same fucking thing in esports, like with every fucking game. So it's like this.
I'm not downplaying that Ninja is.
No. I'm not saying you are, but I mean like there's different strengths. So I get him looking at how simple it is to kick, and then people that are big sports fans going, well, fucking Fortnite is just a video game, and then it's like, well, if that's the case, then everyone go play professionally.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
No, I get it. I don't know. But Ninja's still a dick for saying that.
I know.
You know
funny.
what I mean?
He got so much backlash.
That's like looking at a fraction of the game and being like, well, you can't kick a ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, you can't shoot someone once. Like, oh, you shot them 10 times and you only hit them once. You got a 10% rating.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, Ninja, shut the fuck up for a little bit. You're a Lions fan. Like, get out of here.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a Lions fan. Fucking dick.
And side note,
make good
just to clarify, I am a Pats fan. I just get so fucking pissed. Yeah. Especially recently in the last few games, I get so pissed. Like, we shouldn't have even given them a chance like this past weekend. It was such a sad game to watch.
The Bengals game?
Yeah. Well, at the beginning.
Hey, you know what?
We crushed in the second half.
I think we should have done better since we spied on them, And
dude, there's no reason. All right, whatever.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, because we have a sports category, and I don't want
to
ruin
We can talk about sports forever.
Yeah. I mean, kind of. We can naively talk about sports forever.
We can pretend like we know sports for like about
and we don't know
2 hours, and then we'll give up.
All right. Do you want to do the spin the wheel?
No, you fucking do your category. You don't call me out and go, "Oh, we're spin the wheel already."
So it depends because I'm going through. And, I mean, I have a perfect segue if you want me to just go right into it. Out of music, because I was going to keep going with the music ride while we were doing it. But my question that's funny I have on here. So Justin and I, before we did the podcast, we were both streaming video games. And Justin actually was more successful, I want to say, than me because he was playing Mario Maker 2, Super Mario Maker 2.
Is there?
And when it first came out, it had a huge community and people were following, donating bits.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many followers did you accumulate within a short period of time? Couple hundred.
Yeah,
and you only played 1 day out of the week?
1 day a week, yeah.
And I played about 3 days out of the week. I think I had like 150 followers or something like that. I made $75, but most of it was either from people that I know.
Yeah.
Because the people I didn't know were subscriptions.
So Twitch
people
is
that I know.
Like you can either do donations or you can do subscription based, which people will either do $5 a month or use their free Amazon, which we did for each other.
I mean, we tried to have people. We were like, we want to be streamers and make it. I mean, personally, my problem was that it was ruining video games. I didn't see the pleasure because I was trying to entertain people like we're doing now, but also trying to focus on a video game, and it would stress me and enjoy the video game, but I couldn't because I was trying to be like Eminem for the music field, a fucking tryhard.
Tryhard, baby.
I was, exactly. So I got on here. What makes a streamer successful? And since we were talking about Ninja being a douche, I feel
we can do
I'm
that.
just kidding.
So you got to be a douche. You got to not like football.
So my first thing, and I think Ninja is the perfect cookie cutter successful streamer, and he does it right. You know, we were actually just talking about Ninja. We were watching him upstairs before we started the podcast for a little bit, and it's funny because my bullet points are physical features. And Ninja has his headband. He's got the blue. Hair. He has his hair that he dyes,
which is such a fucking. I mean,
it's smart.
Look at 6ix9ine, which, by the way, is only serving 2 years, baby.
Hey, I have that on one of my cards. What if I want to go to
Talk about it right now, baby.
No, we're talking about Ninja. We're talking about what makes a streamer successful.
I was just trying to help you out.
So physical features. He has his hair. He has his headband. He has a good a personality, a good personality. But my second bullet is toxicity because Ninja he acts like a fucking dick all the time. Like he knows, like he's the perfect, person. I mean, we were just watching him play COD and he was taking out, 2 people on gunfight by himself. But like, do I have to be a streamer? Do I have to yell and get fucking pissed?
No,
and
I'm telling you right now, the way to be a streamer is to not make streaming your major thing. Like streaming, the only reason some people are successful is because they're successful on other platforms. They're successful on YouTube. They're successful on Twitch, Twitter. They're successful on other things where people can find them and find,
correct.
So and plus they were in the brink of when Twitch was really blowing up. Like Ninja's been doing professional gaming for 15 years or whatever, since the original Halo. And so he took that opportunity at the very fucking beginning.
Yeah. Which we took it kind of like, oh, everyone's streaming, we want to try it, And I think it was hard. You know what I mean?
It's fucking hard.
And you got to think, at least for us, I mean, I know we're on Facebook right now, and we want to possibly switch over to YouTube at some point. But for us, we were on Twitch, and basically how Twitch runs is that the top viewers are on the top of the list, and everyone else is at the bottom.
Yeah.
And so to find me playing fucking Call of Duty, you gotta sit there. Your finger's gonna get sore, man, because you're gonna swipe. You're gonna be swiping for fucking 10 minutes before you even find my name.
And there's no real way to just find people based off keywords, based off different things.
Language even.
They don't even need to know what they're looking for, or already following you. Which a lot of people people say the only way to get big on Twitch is to have a source of popularity from TikTok or Vine or YouTube or whatever.
Yep.
So now all of a sudden they see your personality on YouTube and they go out of their way to find you on Twitch because there's no real search function on Twitch.
Correct.
So people just take your name verbatim from YouTube and go, oh,
which
Ninja,
you think
I like that guy.
Twitch would incorporate something like a better search finding system, whether it be keywords,
they would keep more people on the platform.
Exactly. They wouldn't have to
find.
outsource
I've never known
TikTok,
this person.
to YouTube, to Twitter, to Instagram, whatever
but
it is.
The thing is Twitch doesn't care. Twitch doesn't care because they already make their money. So what happens is Twitch...
But they're not being reliable to their streamers who are making them the money, theoretically, because if someone were to search for me and subscribe to me,
the streamers
they're
are making the money, but the people watching are making the money.
Correct.
Too. So Twitch doesn't have any competition. So what's going to happen is
Mixer?
Now
they have Mixer. They didn't before.
They've been going on for 10 years on Justin TV down to Twitch, and people like they had no competition, so there was no need to like serve other people besides themselves. So if they make functionality, there's a greater good to themselves rather than to the people that they're servicing. But now that there's competition starting to rise with YouTube gaming, Facebook gaming, Mixer, Twitch, all the three formal
Facebook
platforms
gaming
are just so bad.
Yeah.
And then the Twitch still is going to be like, I mean, we were just watching Ninja, and he went down from you said 30,000
Well,
viewers.
on Twitch he used to have like 65,000. When he switched over to Mixer, he had about 30,000.
When he had Drake on, he had 650,000 people watching him.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? To go down from that, and then we were just watching him play Call of Duty, and he's got 7,800 people. Yeah. You know, it's crazy. But so if you want to be a streamer and you want to learn what not to do, please comment, and I'll tell you everything that I did to be an unsuccessful streamer.
Wow. So I think what we're going to do now, before Brennan mentions it for the 7th time, is we are going to
spin that wheel.
I love how we're doing the same thing. Just dance.
So this is a nice little segment where we spin that wheel.
Yeah, so basically if you didn't tune in last week and you're tuning in today, we basically have a wheel behind us. Every color goes with a different topic that will force us to talk about it. We already have preloaded topics that we have written before, today, yesterday, 3 weeks ago, whatever the fuck it was. So we're going to spin the wheel, and well, the computer's going to do it for us.
All right, you can...
and you want me to go first?
Spin it? Yeah, go spin it.
Wait. All right, go. Yeet.
Yeet.
Gotta yeet that wheat.
I gotta figure out a different undershirt in the future.
Oh yeah,
I look like a fucking scrub.
Literature,
baby.
Oh my lord.
All right, well.
Oh well, is it me or are you picking it up?
You go do it.
All right, so this is one that I wrote and I put into it, and you mentioned it because Justin's cats knocked over every single one of our cards.
Every single one.
And we had to
and
reorganize. And you saw this one.
I
and
saw
you
every
said,
single one.
Yeah, and you asked me. So this one's world building as a concept in writing. And
fuck that means.
So so
like building like the Harry Potter universe. And
that's exactly what it is. So I guess we can just talk about it. 2 of the best world builders known. I hate Harry Potter. I'm going to say I look like him, but I hate it. But J.K. Rowling is known to be one of the best world building writers. Another person is J.R. Tolkien for the Lord of the Ring. Tolkien? Am I right?
I don't know. It sounded fucking weird.
J.R. Tolkien.
I've heard Tolkien like all my life. So for you to go be like Tolkien, I'm like, what the fuck am I having a stroke right now? Tolkien.
I smell burnt toast.
Hey guys, I would like to introduce you to Tolkien.
Tolkien. So they are 2 of the most popular writers that have successfully written books and have captured everything that you can think of in terms of character. I mean, obviously plot.
Well,
but
you're forgetting Star Wars as well.
Star Wars. Well, Star Wars wasn't a book before. This is literature.
Was a book before? Wasn't it a book before?
Please comment if Star Wars was a book before the movie, because I don't think so. There's books, but I think they were made after the movies. We're talking about literature, boy.
I don't know.
So I
who's the other boy?
The other boy.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I mean, but
Who's
that's
that
going
boy?
into TV.
No, there was a book beforehand. There was a book beforehand.
Was it?
Boy?
Was it?
Game of Thrones. Come on now.
Yeah, but Game of Thrones. Okay, here's what I'm going to say about.
And then you have The Walking Dead, which was a comic book before the show.
Correct. It was a comic book before the show. But you have to think about. I mean, I guess Walking Dead would be like a pretty good example. Yeah. But I mean, they kind of hyped on the hiatus of zombies, which has been a fucking 30-year. People. Stop doing stuff with zombies. Like, I can't stress it enough. I'm fucking sick of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another good one in terms of you're taking something, or you're taking nothing, and you're building an entire world. And in literature, that's huge.
So much. It's so overdone.
I hate zombies too.
It's so overdone. It's so.
I know.
There's nothing new. There's nothing. I fucking get it. I fucking get it. There's so many people that
as a
love
premise for everything: video games, movies, TV. It's been done in
everything.
People stop.
Okay.
But yeah, so I just want to see your take on it.
What take?
What take?
It's such a broad fucking thing.
It is a very broad concept or topic, but in terms of people succeeding in world building, and I've tried it. I've done an exercise. So I did an exercise in creative writing, and they said, come up with your own world with your own people. What would the world look like? I don't remember. It was like 2 years ago. But I remember it was an exercise, and it was fucking so hard. And I think it kind of has to come down to people just not being able to be creative because every idea has already been thought of. And it's kind of like what we talked about last week. I think it was, or 2 weeks ago on the podcast, we were saying that everything stems from something that you've already seen before.
It's just a remix. Every idea is a remix of another idea.
Yeah, so to be able to succeed in the literature world with brand new ideas, granted, I mean, I think the people that make these worlds are taking ideas and developing it so fucking much to the fullest, right?
To the fullest. So like Harry Potter, wizards have been around for fucking ever. They just took wizards and just fucking embellished
and
everything
ran with it
and made it cool. They didn't keep the fucking pointy dunce caps that they all wear and the big robes. They made it so it's accessible to children.
Correct.
And accessible to
even adults. I mean, everyone I know, they're waiting for fucking more Harry Potters to come out.
Then you get
I don't know why, but they are.
Then you take Star Wars, which is like space travel, and and then you take Game of Thrones, where it's dragons, I guess.
It's like I would say like a Skyrim kind of world where it's like Nords and
what was the other one?
I don't know. I've never seen Game of Thrones, so I couldn't tell you. But like Lord of the Rings is like elves and like mystical creatures and characters. But think of the ones those are the ones that are successful because they have a baseline of we know what elves are.
Yes. And the only time they
imagine the
research
that has to go into that. You need to literally go back into like works of literature, and maybe that's how they did it.
I don't know. So sick of anything.
Oh my god! Imagine researching. I mean, before you're not only writing a book, you're literally you're writing a world. Imagine if I asked you write our world.
Yeah.
And like do it well. You know what I mean? Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought it was a pretty cool topic in terms of
origin
literature.
Stories and think of the plot twists. And I mean, granted, a lot of it comes with just that like artistic freedom of just like trucking along at something, but like
absolutely,
it's
as someone that's done like creative writing and poetry and stuff like that,
the start is the hardest part.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like where do you take that topic and you run with it? You know what I mean? But yeah, so that was
I don't know.
Think cool topic that I had in mind.
Is it my turn?
Yeah. Are you gonna spin?
Yeah.
Which way are you going? You didn't even touch the wheel.
You didn't touch the wheel either.
I did. I went wink. You were like,
uh-oh.
You flew over.
Oh,
wild card. Hey, we haven't done a wild card in a while. So all these topics are super generic, like music, entertainment, literature, politics.
Yeah.
Wild card can literally be anything, and we threw some weird ass shit in there.
Weird shit.
So
I might have to go through a couple just in case. My turn. Okay.
Is this the one that I wrote?
Yeah.
I hope so.
I did not know this is fucked. Ron Jeremy was a special ed teacher before his porn career. No fucking way, dude.
He was a
this
special ed
sound
teacher.
Real.
He specialized. Yeah. He was a special ed teacher, and he worked with students one-on-one before he started porn on the side, and then as soon as he blew up, he quit being a special ed teacher.
Now, now, do you think he has any porn? Because he's probably made
porn with special ed kids.
Not with special ed kids,
not.
But like that scenario. Like maybe he's a special ed kid.
Like Ted Mosby from fucking How I Met Your Mother. How you had like Ted Mosby, sex architect. Like he's using his former career to be able to blow up in porn.
Yeah,
maybe that's what.
Maybe Ron Jeremy. Well, it's like Mia Khalifa who fucking like did the jihad fucking porn and blew up.
Yeah.
So
and only made like $200.
But fucking Ron Jeremy was a special ed teacher.
And
do you know what?
You know what's funny? And I asked Joanna. She didn't know who Ron Jeremy was.
No way.
She had no idea.
And then I was dudes.
That's because
dudes being dudes.
Dudes being dudes. Guys being guys. You know what I mean? No, but for those of you that don't know, I mean, do a quick Google search. This dude is by no means an attractive man.
He literally looks like
He looks like a special ed teacher. Like. If you had to say, like, here's Ron Jeremy, is he a porn star or a sex ed teacher? Or a sex ed, Jesus. A special ed teacher, I'd be like,
he's on the spectrum. No, Ron Jeremy, okay, looks like, you remember the live action Super Mario movie? that's like super gross?
I remember that, like, seeing the trailer for it, but I never watched it.
So he looks like Mario in that fucking movie.
Yeah,
like an overweight Mario,
an overweight plumber. Or if you need something else, and for those of our fantasy stars out there, he looks like Jabba the Hutt with a with a mullet and a mustache.
That's gross.
Jabba the Hutt, yeah, the big slug-looking.
Yes,
dude.
I know. Thank you.
Well, you looked at me
Thank you,
confused.
Star Wars fan.
I've seen 2 Star Wars,
Thank
man.
you, Star Wars fan, for
But he looked like Jabba the Hutt.
educating us. All right,
Yeah.
we're done. I don't want to talk about Ron Jeremy anymore.
Come on,
Big slug.
Big fucking slug.
Ron Jeremy, the big slug, carrying a big
That
slug.
was his porn name.
That was his,
the big
that was
slug.
that was his porn nickname. It was the big slug.
He carries a big
You
slug.
see-
He's packing, man. I've seen it.
That's fucking weird. I remember he was on, what was that reality TV show where it was like Flava Flav?
I was gonna
and
mention that, but I don't
Yeah.
remember what it was, so I didn't want to give like a definitive answer.
it was like celebrity fucking superstar
Was
bullshit.
it celebrity dating or was it?
I don't know. Flava Flav was dating the girl that was in the house, but I think it just happened.
Correct.
And then it was like Vanilla Ice was in there, Ron Jeremy was in there, Flava
Yeah.
Flav.
Maybe.
Fucking
Was it Big Brother Celebrity?
something along those lines,
of that?
but I think it was bigger than that.
I remember watching it on MTV, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this dude? This big ass
And then
slug."
like they're out to dinner all together, and he's like, "We want to see it."
yeah. Everyone kept
We wanna
asking.
say-
They're like, "We need to see the dick."
And they're just like,
we need to see it. Wait, did he flop it on the table?
and he just flopped it out, and they were like, "Oh, they're zooming on faces instead of the dick."
It's like our reaction faces for the YouTube
Yeah.
series. That was everyone looking at Ron Jeremy's dick.
Fucking weird.
All right, you do you want to do another wheel?
No, I don't. All right, let's go. You go.
Oh,
You
is
flip
it? Oh,
it.
it's my wheel.
Flip
Wait,
it, boy.
Am I down or up?
Down.
Yeet.
Your hand wasn't even on it.
My hand wasn't even on it.
My hand wasn't on it.
Yeah, hit literature again.
Literature.
Oh, is this mine?
Yeah.
Red herring.
Do you know what a red herring is?
I know it's a logical fallacy of some sort. Am I close?
I mean, you're throwing the term logical fallacy.
Logical
like,
fallacy, like slippery slope, red herring. You learned it in school with one of those.
Yeah, but
red
logical fallacy doesn't mean that.
Yeah, when you're okay, the logical fallacies of literature,
No,
like
logical
slippery slope.
fallacy is literally like a false logic.
Correct. So you're not. It was. I thought it was the logical fallacies of literature are X, Y, and Z.
No,
Red
no,
herring.
no. Those are
slippery
like
slope.
it's like literary concepts are what this fucking thing is called. Do you
Okay,
know what
then
a
maybe
red
I'm-
herring is?
It's been a while.
I'm gonna.
Miss Canny, she's on my friends list. If you're watching this, I think you taught me red herring, and I don't
so
remember.
a red herring.
And I'm gonna be an English teacher. I should probably know this.
So red herring is one of my favorite concepts that just because like I love watching a movie or TV show or like reading a book or whatever,
You're gonna
even though
say
I
it,
don't
it's
read.
gonna click, yeah.
A red herring is a false trail. So it's like a movie that shows like one character is the murderer or whatever.
Yeah.
And it like hints at it, but it's really a fake hint to distract you from what's really happening in behind the scenes.
Correct.
So it's
okay.
almost like think about like a magic show. And
Yep.
so like there's like all these like big explosions and things that distract you. You're paying attention while they're literally doing the magic trick
Behind the scenes.
right there,
Yeah.
right there in front of you because there's something so
Correct, but
like,
everything's
in your
distracting
face.
you.
And
It's almost like card tricks when you're doing something.
Yeah.
And like, have you ever seen the? I know this is kind of going off.
Yeah.
But like, you know the people that do the card tricks and then they'll take your watch.
Yeah.
And then they're doing the card trick
Yes.
and you're focusing on that card trick.
and the
before
card
you know
trick
it,
would
they
be
got
the
your
red
wallet,
herring.
They got you.
And then the real trick is them stealing your watch. and
Correct.
stuff. So red herring.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't learn this term. But I recently learned what the fuck a red herring is because I always thought it was a bird.
That's what I thought too.
But a red
oh
herring.
God, it's gonna be gross. We should have put it on the wild card.
Red herring is a fish, and it's a fish that
Really?
when smoked
Yep.
turns red, almost like when things are charred, not charred, but like when they burn up, they turn red.
Yeah.
So when the red herring was smoked,
Mm-hmm.
it would give off a scent to distract like wolves and like other animals from the trail. They wouldn't, so like they would kind of like go towards a red herring while you just go the other way. So if they were if someone was following your trail or following your smell, the red herring would.
That's pretty people. Nasty.
So red herring, that just the use of the red herring back in the day, translate now has probably been a metaphor for a bunch of things over the course of many centuries, and now red herring is a false trail, a fake. Yeah,
I'm curious as to why we both thought it was a bird.
I don't know.
Is a herring a bird, and maybe a red herring's the fish? Maybe that's.
I don't know. It just it looks like a bird name.
A heron is a bird.
Yeah. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, so maybe heron.
Yeah. Is there any like examples, like maybe when I was talking about it, like a red herring, like that stood out in your mind from like a TV show or a movie?
Do you have one?
Are
you putting me on the spot, or is it
put
like
you on the spot? But I can talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what pissed me off?
What?
Watching Pretty Little Liars with fucking Cat, and
Joanna just finished that too. I think
every fucking episode is a red herring for nothing.
For no reason.
For nothing.
They're distracting you just to distract you.
Give like what is it called? Cliffhangers every fucking season.
My God.
So there's always so many.
If we full circle back, Walking Dead is like the best at it. And I'm saying the best because cliffhangers and stuff like that, like leading you into certain trails, just and doing stuff behind the back. And the reason I say they're good at it, not because I like The Walking Dead, because I think it's trash.
Yeah.
But I get so mad. I get so mad.
What?
But the thing is that they convince so many people that it's a good show because you're only interested in the cliffhanger. I don't know if Pretty Little Liars is the same thing. I've watched a couple episodes with Joanna. I don't remember. No. I fucking hate it.
Do you want to spin the wheel, boy? Why spin the wheel?
Yeah, it's your turn. Go ahead. I want to karate chop it. Can I break the wheel?
You can break the wheel. Break the wheel, boy. Wild card, baby. Politics, baby.
Oh, God. We're going to tread into deep water. We've never had a politics
before.
It's
okay. I made sure that the first card was not deep water. What is it? Smoke. Deep purple, smoke on the water.
Smoke on the water, deep purple. I'm very proud of you for knowing that. Smoke in the water, deep purple. I don't know.
It was on Guitar Hero.
Okay. So it was on Guitar Hero.
So right now we're going to discuss real quick the legalization of weed.
All right. This is coming from two non-weed smokers. So we got to... I don't know. Do we just go full force right into it? I'll start. I'll start real quick. Because I think cigarettes are so close to being just banned everywhere.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just feel it coming.
It's not cool to jewel, man. It's not cool to jewel.
People stop vaping. You just get a Nick patch or the gum or something like that.
Fucking talk. You smoke cigarettes. Like, that's so worse.
Okay, but what I was originally saying is that cigarettes are taxed, tariffed. It's a big profit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And a lot of it goes to I'm assuming the government, right? When you tax certain things like that, that's why it's so expensive for me to get a pack of butts. I get a pack of butts for $7-8 because 90% of it is taxed because they fucking blow it on there. I think if weed was legalized and used and tariffed and taxed and limited to, hey, you still can't smoke and drive.
Yeah.
You can't be at work and be high. You know what I mean? Anything that you're doing that affects your judgment when you smoke should be legalized in terms of that. Like, this should be enforced. Yeah. Like, rules should be enforced. Yeah. But if they legalize weed and tax it and just you got to think how much profit that would be.
Yeah,
how many people in America smoke weed? You know what I mean? Go to Massachusetts, Colorado, go to Vermont. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure their numbers are absolutely outrageous because people are paying a lot of money for good weed.
Yep.
Not, I mean, they're no mids. You know what I mean? From back in the day, but mids,
boy.
No, but like if people tax them and you sent that money to the government, I think it would be a positive aspect for the country.
I see the thing,
state by state wise or countrywide.
I feel that what is it called? Is it Darwinism? What is it when like the weak like what the fuck is it called? Like,
you're talking about the concept of the weakest link.
Just like the weak will fail.
Yeah.
I don't know what
it's
the
technically Darwinism. Like certain animals evolved and overtook boundaries of other animals. The weakest link passed away.
I think it's just simple Darwinism. When weed gets legalized, all the fucking idiots are gonna get in trouble and lose their license and lose their jobs because they're smoking on the job site. They're because what happens is a lot of places will still drug test.
Yeah.
But
it's the same thing with alcohol.
It's
Alcohol's
fucking different.
I would say alcohol is a lot more dangerous to be drinking and driving, drinking while you're working, drinking on the job, whether it's like you might do machinery and get fucked up. You know what I mean? So for me, like, there's going to be people that are still doing it. There's people that drink and drive every single day.
As long as it's enforced,
as long as it's enforced and we can get a positive tax from it and they can use it wisely to help the country or the state or whatever it is.
Especially because
I'm going to be a teacher. If they say, hey, 25% of the tax is going towards education, and marijuana is one of the biggest, helpers, aiders of pushing education in the right way, dude, I'm for it. Yeah. Absolutely, 100%.
Tax it, boy. What's funny?
Tax it, boy.
Tax it, boy. You know what's funny? The Church of Mormon is just getting in trouble right now because it's you can't tax religion.
Yep.
So they made $100 billion. And I guess I forget I'll have to look up the phrase, but if you're a strong believer, you have to give 10% of your salary to the church.
No way, huh?
So they had $100 billion. Fact, it's either 10 billion or 100 billion. But they had made that much money, and now they're getting the right hand of the law to fucking tell them.
Well, good.
Hey, you can't really.
They're just profiting off of it.
So
what the fuck?
Money.
So
much money.
Imagine paying 10% of your salary just to get into heaven. I wouldn't do it. Good boy, I got a wedding to pay off.
It's funny.
Fuck
My
church.
Dad was like, "You shouldn't get into religion." I was like, "You know what?
Well, I do say two of the topics that I do not like talking about are politics and religion.
And we
just landed on politics.
Yes, sir.
And we just talked about religion. So
let's do
fuck it, right?
So we are closing in on the 1 hour mark. Do you want to take a 1 minute break, or do you want to just roll into the end of the episode?
No, we could take a 3 to 5 minute break, and then I'm gonna spruce up on a drink, or you can spruce up my drink. I'm gonna go smoke my cigarette.
All right, so we're gonna take. You want to do a 3 minute break?
Do a 4 minute. I'm feeling a little curious.
So guys, you guys go pee. You guys go make a drink or get a beer. Crack it open.
What do you mean go pee? You think they're not watching and pooping at the same time? You know who you are.
You are pooping, Catherine, Mom. So we're gonna take a break real quick. We'll be back a couple minutes. We'll see you guys soon, hopefully. I felt like the other shirt was super this. I don't know.
Felt like it was choking you a little bit?
Well, it wasn't choking me. It just looked like it was choking me. It looked like a midget was hanging from my necklace. I don't know what you want to get into. I don't know if you want to do your bullshit game or you want to go right into some weekly topics.
It depends. We can either end with the not a clue or we can end with
Let's end with the other topics.
Okay.
So we have this game segment. I had no time the past week and a half. I mean, we just decided on what we were going to do if we're going to do this segment.
Correct.
So this segment is where we're going to look up obscure titles, movies, shows, whatever, and then either tell the other person exactly what it is or bullshit the entire thing.
Correct. What?
Bullshit the entire thing, and the other person has to guess. I'm already I
got my card
cues.
right here.
I'm already taking cues from you. So we're gonna switch. Right.
So it's only me that has it. So we're basically testing the segment to see what you guys enjoy, what you guys don't enjoy. Obviously, that we were doing different segments every week. Yeah. We have the lightning round, not a clue, things like that. So we're gonna test the segment. So basically, what I'm doing is that I took.
Wait a minute.
What?
We gotta.
Not a clue.
Hey, I like the little magnifying glass. You did a good job with that. I'm not gonna lie.
Literally,
it looks like hot a clue, but it's not a clue.
2 minutes it took me because I was just running to try to get it. All right, so again, this game, Brendan's gonna tell me the name of a movie or a TV show or whatever. He's gonna tell me what it is first, and then give me a description of what it is, and I have to guess. because
whether I'm bullshitting,
they're going to be
not.
obscure. They're going to be like, I think one example we talked about was there was Rubber the movie, and it was based about a tire who killed people.
Correct.
Now that sounds fake, but But it's so fake that it's real.
Correct.
So this is when like it's going to kind of test us to see who's better at lying.
So the name, like we're saying, the name of the movie, I mean, we're not going to change. You just got to figure out whether we're bullshitting or not. So we're running a test, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
And for me, I felt like, what? Don't. He's like staring at me, bro. Someone get this man's out of here.
I know you. I've known you all my life, and
so
I know when you're
because
lying.
Christmas is coming up.
Yeah.
I felt like looking up.
You fucking
What?
bitch.
This movie is called The Town Christmas Forgot, and I have a description of it right here. Are you ready? Okay, he's ready. Are y'all ready? All right. A middle-class family gets stuck in a poverty-stricken town after a car failure. The town is called Science Town, a town that has dismissed the idea of religion as a whole. And this family stays at a hotel during Christmas because of their car failure. The man running the hotel is a recent purchaser, Nick St. Clair. The family works with old Saint Nick to reestablish Christmas for all those who had forgotten it or disagree with it.
Do you want to hear my thought process?
Sure.
Okay. So my thought process is this is the first time we're playing this game. So if you would have just came here with an actual description of a movie,
yes,
then that would be like a cop out.
Okay.
So it's almost like you'd have to lie to like show this segment at its true form.
Okay.
But as you read it,
back and forth, yeah.
But as you read it, you liked. I feel like your writing style would be talking about science and religion, and then the town being called Science Town.
Science Town, yes.
Is literally
a town of people that have dismissed the idea of religion as a whole.
So I think Science Town is too lazy for you.
Okay.
I think this is okay. I'm gonna give my whole thought process.
I like this segment. This is fun for me.
Science Town.
Yep.
I feel like you would have came up with something different. You wouldn't have said Science Town. That's too easy. Adjective noun. Done. But
there's been like 4 buts.
It sounds like shitty writing.
Okay.
Which means, so it's one of two things.
It's either false or it's true. It's either bullshit or it's not, and you have not a clue.
So I think, okay.
Do you want to read the card again?
No, I'm good. I'm good. So I feel, okay.
Do you want to give me,
do you want me to give you?
No. Just, you're going to go right into it.
I'm going into it.
Okay.
So I think, okay, so we are pressured for time, and you were just asking me about it. It's very hard to think of something on the spot.
Yes, I did it today.
You did it today.
Yep.
So, but then you told me today.
From 1 to 3 o'clock, I worked on podcast
You
work.
told me today that you were excited about your bullshit segment.
Yes.
Which means it took a lot more work to
1 to 3. I worked on the podcast today.
To write
yes.
this fucking bullshit.
Yes.
But you are also very lazy. So 1 to 3 could mean, I worked on it from 1 to 1:10. Looked at TikTok for an hour and a half, then went, oh shit,
no,
it's almost 3 o'clock.
I looked at TikTok from 12 to 1, and then I worked on the podcast segment from 1 to 3.
You know what? I'm going to say it's real.
Okay. It's not real.
No, you fucker! Dude, you fucker!
There is a movie called The Town Christmas Forgot, except the town is called, I don't have it on here, but it's called The Nowhere Town.
No.
It's a Hallmark movie that came out in 2005 where a family did have car failure.
I went with my gut with the science of religion because you would say that, but there's no way a town would be called Science.
It's called The Nowhere.
That's only something a shitty write, like a Hallmark dude would write.
I worked on the podcast from 1 to 3. I did not say how long I took on this segment. I had to come up with more ideas for the podcast, but it's called, The Town That Christmas Forgot. And it was a family that came into the Nowhere Town where no one understood because it was a poverty-stricken town. They didn't enjoy the idea of giving gifts because they didn't have any money. But they also didn't practice Christmas at all. and the family
has to introduce
the family has to introduce Christmas into the town.
Fucking
and
Hallmark.
Santa Claus does make an appearance. His name isn't Old Saint Nick or Nick St. Clair. It's just Santa Claus.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
That's one you. That's one you. If you guys like that segment, feel free to let us know. That was pretty fucking dope. Next time, I definitely want to do that again because I'm gonna, because there's so many fucking games that go in your head because you're like, okay, this is something he would clearly write.
Yeah.
But then it's so bad.
Well, it was closely related. The story was almost the same.
Well, you're not supposed to be like, all right, so the movie is called this, and the main character is Bob. Haha, got you. It's not Bob, it's Tom.
No, I know that.
So the fact that like.
But there was no hotel owner. There was literally they got stuck into a town and someone helped them out and they reintroduced Christmas. There wasn't a entrepreneur, old Nick, that helped the family because he was trying to introduce Christmas.
That's pretty good. But the thing is when you simplify a movie in a paragraph,
yeah,
all those details get fucking condensed.
Oh, absolutely.
So old Nick could just be like
it's Old Saint Nick Clair.
What it is, but they didn't introduce it that corny. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it's going to be dope because I don't know if you watch Jimmy Fallon, but Jimmy Fallon has a segment where there's three people and there's a truth and a lie about themselves and they have to tell the story. I think it'd be dope if we had a third person, like a guest.
Correct.
And then we each had a lie and then like you almost did like that kind of similar segment.
Let us know in the comments.
I don't know. So...
All right,
not a clue.
We'll drop right back into that. Was not a clue. Let us know if you enjoyed it, if you have any comments about it, if you hated it, because it was enjoyable for us. But besides that, got you.
You fucker. I'm going to go first. Okay. I think, so this one is related to you teaching.
Okay.
So I read this article, okay? So there's this new anti-cheating. So I'm sure with the development in technology, and even me as a student, I've a couple times gone to the bathroom, look something up real quick, come back. Oh yeah. Well, I knew.
I've never done that, bro. You're a bad student.
So the thing is,
right,
is like tests. I don't want to be like that guy who's like, tests don't really test you on like the material.
No, tests suck. Absolutely.
Tests on how well you take tests. Or I test you on memorization or how well you can fucking regurgitate something within the 10 minutes of the
Why
class.
should you be complaining about that? Because you're like a sponge, as Mother Bergeron would say.
You're like a fucking sponge with like songs. People sponge to different things.
Yes, so you're a sponge to like academics.
Yeah.
I would say I could give you a textbook and then give you a test and you could regurgitate the information in 2 seconds. My brain doesn't work like that.
Or look it up in the bathroom.
Or look it up.
So now with technology evolving, so there's this teacher that noticed a big change in I think it was him in their classroom where like almost 40%, 50% of the class would use the bathroom during like a test or an exam.
Okay.
So
that's a lot of bathroom.
So the teacher, it was like a university. So it's like typically those exams are like 2-3 hours. So like, but they noticed it jumped from like 10-20% to like 50%. So the kind of the deduction that the teacher had was that they're cheating. Yep. So what this teacher did, and it's pretty ingenious, I want to kind of get your take on it. Okay. Is they made a section that is literally impossible to solve. Okay, so it's just a question that's impossible to solve. Yep. And because I know sometimes people are like, that wasn't put in the book, but like this is literally a part that like it's meant to just take an attempt at. Correct. Okay. So then a month before the exam, the teacher would have the teacher's aide make an account on Chegg, Chegg, where you ask questions and try to get answers, and asked that question with like kind of similarly or maybe specifically to make it seem like they were looking for an answer to that exam question that they just took. Yeah. And then the teacher created a fake account to answer it a month before the exam.
Oh, and
then so people would,
that's cynical, man. That's cynical.
Go to the bathroom, look up the answer. The answer, if you read
say it was a math problem and it was like something that can't be solved, and then the teacher's aide asked the question. The teacher said on Chegg. The teacher said
on a fake
48.
Both fake accounts.
Was like 48. That's the answer.
It would be like a long word. It's like it'd be like a science question.
Oh, okay.
It'd be like, what would happen to this, or like a physics question.
Yep.
And then the answer at first glance seems right.
Yep.
But if you really, really think about the answer, it's clearly not right. It's clearly like somewhat made up. And
man, that's convoluted. That's fucked.
Out of the 100 people that took the exam, 14 of them stole that answer.
Wow.
And were reported, and all the people that answered it wrong got full credit for the question.
Oh, no way.
So those got zeros on their exams and were reported. So So they figured out that people were just looking up questions they didn't know and intentionally made a question that no one would fucking know.
That's cynical.
Just to see if
it's convoluted.
See the
That's
students
fucked.
try. So you'd have the students that are like actually like interested or honest.
Want to go through the process of actually answering a question on a test rather than looking it up.
And then fail the people that literally took the answer verbatim from online.
See, the thing is that I don't think that they should be they should be reported.
I don't think.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty strict in terms of that. Because I was gonna say
it's pretty strict on cheating.
Giving them a 0 is a little bit harsh. But if you're using it for a study and you're saying, hey, and then you give like a college-wide.
The question was intentionally not on the curriculum.
Correct.
So it's like it was worded a certain way where they wouldn't have researched that question.
It's almost like the Stanford prison experiment. Like you can't knock the people. You know, like they don't do those anymore because of
cheated. You got to think if they never looked on their phone, they would have never pulled that answer.
But they're given a question where they don't know anything about,
which is fine. Then you just take the hit instead of cheating.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't. Yeah. I can. I can see it.
The thing is they're cheating. That's the thing. You know, I think that you're not.
But you're pressuring them to cheat.
I get it.
You're not pressuring them to cheat. It's kind of like the egg or the chicken a little bit. You know what I mean? But you're pressuring them to feel so insecure and have no idea what something is about that they're going to the bathroom and looking that specific question up. Yeah. To find an answer. So
because
you're almost giving
pressures too. You know what I mean?
You're almost giving them a tool to be able to cheat and to be able to send and then reply an answer to that question that it's going to be the first thing that comes up when it's prompted. Kind of fucked up.
Well, question for you for someone who doesn't go to the bathroom and cheat.
Yes.
If you had a question that you didn't know the answer to, you would just leave it blank?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I know that. I'm not giving the cheaters like the right of way and being
you
like,
are literally saying they have the right of way.
No, I'm saying they're pressured to be able to cheat. Those people. I mean, I'm the person that studies before a test. I'm the person that looks things up, and if I really don't know the answer and I have a hard time, sucks to suck. I'm getting hits on that. You know what I mean? But then when that same student goes into that same college class, and after they got a 0 on the test, and they go to fucking take another test, you know what I mean? Are all the questions going to be fake?
No, but then they
is that how they run the study? Yeah,
so
I guess
they
learn.
Study, and then if they get one wrong, they get one wrong.
Correct. But you're almost giving someone the tool to be able to cheat.
You shouldn't be using the tool. You shouldn't be cheating.
You shouldn't be at all. But
if you're given a tool to cheat, should you cheat?
No. No, I understand, but people are going to cheat. People are going to kill people. People are going to murder. Like, it's just like things,
so those people
happen.
Should get zeros.
They should have participated in the study as a learning lesson rather than a penalty.
Yeah, but it's a university. You're
fucked either way.
It's not like it's like elementary school expelling students for this.
Yeah, I know, but if it was like but you don't know did they get expelled?
No, they just got reported to the university.
And they got a 0 and tanked their GPA and they get screwed.
For cheating. And
but
now
if it was
won't cheat anymore, hopefully.
But you're never going to stop.
It's probably the first time they've been caught cheating because they're still
probably.
cheating.
I mean, it's smart, but the intentions are there. But to penalize the people who are cheating.
I know there's probably a better way to do it. I was just curious on your input.
Yeah, I would say it's smart. It's cynical. I love it, but I kind of hate it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm the same.
You know what I mean? Because there's people. I mean, I'm a B to A student, but if you have a C student and someone who really has trouble learning, say they have an IEP, a 504 plan, something like that, they kind of have, not that they rely on those tools, but you don't think they're spark noting books because they can only read a page every 5 minutes?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're kind of outcasting the people who you're trying to help the most, because the people that are independent with their tools to be able to come to class prepared and be able to, ace that test, you're outcasting the smaller percentiles.
I just think the test is an outdated format.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I suck at okay. You ready? I'm going to tell a little story. I know we've been on this, and we'll end after this, and the topic after this. So for teaching, there's a praxis. The praxis is basically a standardized test used for teachers to be, and if they pass it, you're able to go into your bachelor's, you're able to go into your master's, whatever it is. I took the praxis, right? I'm going to be an English teacher. I have always felt as if I was a strong writer. Reading has come with age, and reading comprehension has come with age, obviously,
and
as
interest,
it does, and interest and stuff like that. I took the praxis. I failed the writing exam and passed the math exam with flying colors. If you took my GPA for math for the past fucking since I started high school, I'm a C average student in math. I would need to cheat. But I failed the writing portion. And math I got, so I literally have to go back and redo the whole praxis.
Writing, you're like,
and I excel in writing. You know what I mean? I always get B's and A's, mostly A's for writing. But it's just like tests are outdated. It's hard.
Format. Yeah. You should be quizzed on how you perform as opposed to memorization.
Correct.
Because there's the thing that happens is now you don't need to know everything. You just need to know how to get that information.
Correct.
You need to know, like, if you don't understand a question or a problem, you need to know to find the tools to answer that question, which is why you should be able to cheat on tests.
There we go. Torn between two brothers, where we find things out that you don't know. All right. Well, I have a good segue for that. I have.
You can just segue instead of saying I have a good segue.
Well, no, because it's uncanny. It's uncanny how good these segues are. That's why I'm saying if it was a shitty segue, I'd be like,
yeah, but make the segue and then be like,
school. I have something about that. No, I wrote down, should every high school student have to take a career aptitude test before entering college? Like mandatory.
Disagree.
Yeah. Really?
Wait, what'd you say?
I disagree, but what was that? Should every student have to take a mandatory career aptitude test before entering college?
I guess so, but like I don't think that's defining. I don't think
it's defining either.
I think take me, who was in computer programming for 4 years in high school, went to college for 1 year, said, fuck this, I hate it. I'm so mind numb to relearning this material that I've already learned, and my credits didn't get accepted. And then dropped out, fucking went to work, went back, went for architecture, became a project manager. And if you would have told me I would have been a project manager in fucking construction, I would have told you no fucking way. I'm in computer programming. I love video games. I love programming. I love doing stuff on a computer, and I'm still doing stuff on a computer, but it's in a completely different thing. I think what happens in high school is I think there's too much pressure of the standard
high school, college,
of education, where you go
college ready is what we call it, you know.
So you go elementary.
The defining term is college ready.
So you go elementary, middle, high school, college, and then you go on to your master's or bachelor's, whatever.
Sure.
And I think even if you made that mandatory, it doesn't do anything for you.
You don't think so?
I think it would help.
So not doing anything for you and helping are two very opposite answers.
I'm saying it's not something that should define people. I think it being mandatory it's like doing community service at fucking school. It helps, but I don't think it you need it, but it helps putting in perspective. And I guess with this, it would show you, hey, like, you're really good at this and that. Maybe look at these, but it also gives you a closed-mindedness of these are the only things I'm going to excel in. So I'm not going to experiment. So I think it takes a little bit of the wonder, and it takes a little bit of the exploration out of the equation, which kind of.
But it doesn't mean. I think there should. If this was mandatory, you should tell students this isn't what defines you, but this is what.
Think about being a student and hearing a professor say that, or hearing someone say that. You're like,
what?
Dope.
Yeah, but like
fuck you.
It doesn't define you, but hey, if you need to, all right. Mandatory for those who don't know what to do.
No, just it should okay. I agree. There should be mandatory across the board.
Yeah.
But
it shouldn't define you in any way.
It should be very clear when taking the test. This isn't a defining thing. It's just if
you're having trouble understanding,
click, then
because
play
the amount of
play to your pros. Don't play
the amount of people that I hear that take college courses. They go into college and they don't know what they want to do, so they do what's the average program you go in? Not the
liberal
average.
arts.
Liberal arts. Yeah. Thank you. You go into liberal arts. You take 2 years of liberal arts. You get a liberal arts degree, and then you transfer and you think you want to do something or whatever it is. I don't know. The amount of people that I hear, they're like, I don't know what I do. I don't know what I want to do. And it's so fucking hard to be able to know what you want to do for how many years,
Yeah.
For 50, a little under 50 years.
I got to say right
out
now,
of high school.
I think if you were to do that, it should be a mandatory
It's
lecture.
A tool and
I don't
not
think it should be a test. I think it should be a lecture. So say it's like a week long, one period or whatever in high school. And then they kind of go through the basics. They kind of go through like, hey, like this is a tool for you to see what your pros and cons are. See what might be in your kind of realm. In if you're really proficient arts, you should look into this. If you're really proficient, but school is a little outdated, so they don't really know the rising field. So that's what I mean. It takes out some of the exploration because we're inventing fields as generations go, from year to year.
Correct.
So it kind of like closes, tunnel visions people. But I think it should just tell people that, like, don't let certain things discourage you. Don't let this test discourage you, and then kind of like educate people in a way where it's like it took me to 24 to go back to school and learn what I actually enjoyed doing. Yeah. And I don't think there's a proper education for students because in high school, you're taught you're going to graduate, you're going to go to college. You should go into a really good college. I went to community college for an associate's degree. And I still am just as successful as other people that have way higher degrees. And I think what happens is they need to be taught that this isn't the only way. This isn't the only path.
Correct.
Don't let people like thinking they're going to every single student's going to be an actor or succeed independently of the system, but let them know that the tools of the system are there for you to use and for you to grow and develop into your own skin.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the reason I wrote down this question is because I was never told to take one. You know what I mean? Yeah. But our mother...
grandmother.
Was it grandmother?
Yeah.
Our grandmother had told us to take in one, and it pretty much specified the fields that we were pretty much
told me architecture, told you teaching.
Exactly.
Yeah. As much as I disagree.
Much as you disagree, the results are in.
So I think we're closing in on the 1 hour and a half mark.
Are we?
I can go on to one last one, or you want to do one last one each, or do you want to go all the way to the end, baby?
No, we can close in after one more. I think an hour and a half of us talking, people are probably sick of it.
And I'm going to go into this in detail, so you have to give me some stuff. I'm not. Yeah, fuck you.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
So I'm going to ask you some personal questions, and then you got to like kind of answer them.
Okay.
So right now in the UK, they Standard Toilet and their company have done research right now that claims that people spend 25% more time in bathrooms, which costs the UK $6 billion per year.
Okay.
And probably more for
in terms of
bathroom breaks.
Bathroom breaks during work.
Alone.
Okay.
So because people spend 25% more time in the bathroom because they're on their phone looking at YouTube, Facebook, whatever.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's been trending that way for, since we got the smartphone.
Yep.
So because before it used to be newspapers and then then magazines and then it started shifting to the smartphone. So now
you're going to ask me how many times I go to the bathroom during my work shift?
Okay. But one thing that they're inventing, the Standard Toilet, is a downward tilting toilet at a 13-degree forward that first they're trying to say that it helps reduce swollen hemorrhoids.
Okay.
But it's painful after 5 minutes. Because it's just like doing like a crunch, or not a crunch, but whatever was it is a
squat. Yeah. You're like squatting over the toilet rather than like
just
sitting, enjoying yourself.
So that's what they're trying to innovate into the UK.
Okay.
Now, first, how do you feel about that?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
I would agree.
Workplaces giving you an uncomfortable toilet in order to promote working more instead of.
I would say for some people, That's perfect.
Yeah.
For some, like,
what if you have?
I feel like there should be like, dude, yeah.
Or maybe
I feel like there should be like a person.
Time.
Yeah. Over 5 minutes, then it starts to tilt.
If it feels Wi-Fi is in the walls, it just slowly tilts.
I feel like there should be one person like in the bathroom, and then I walk in, they're like, "Enjoy your porcelain throne," and then another person walks in, they're like, "You get the uncomfortable shitter." Like, you know.
Well,
what
the
I mean?
thing is people are gonna learn like to just like figure out a different way to fucking poop.
Sure,
they're gonna figure out a way to still be on their
absolutely.
Phone. So you're just gonna innovate all of the fucking toilets in the world to just make people uncomfortable.
The thing is
after
that
5 minutes.
if it's uncomfortable after 5 minutes, there's got to be a health issue to it. Is that not right?
No, it's just uncomfortable. It's like doing squats. It's good for you, but it's uncomfortable to you.
Oh, then send it. Yeah. I mean, okay. Here's the thing, though, is there's some people that shit for like an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. I take 3-minute poops. I'm quick. I'm in and out. Doesn't matter if I'm Applebee's. Doesn't matter if I'm at home.
Hurt, stand up.
Wait,
down.
do you have to wipe and then stand up, or you just kind of like let it drip a little
bit?
Just let it.
And then, okay.
If it increases productivity and it's healthy for you, and the only downfall to it is that you're uncomfortable after 5 minutes.
Well, you're uncomfortable the whole time. It's just like unbearable after 5 minutes.
Oh, it's unbearable?
Well, it's like you don't. It's like most people would stand up after 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean.
I don't know. I'm thinking of a downward. I'm thinking of a downward toilet and slowly sliding down, and then you're like, dick is like stuck on the fucking seat in the front.
On the front,
and
of
then
the
you're just
front
like
end.
Yeah, and then
how
like,
would that?
And then like if you have explosive diarrhea, does that like catch your balls? Like just because now you're on a tilt.
I fucking hope not. I mean, it would have to be designed very well for me to be okay with it.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
I don't know. I poop at least like 10 times an hour.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm always in the shitter. But I'm quick about it. You know what I mean? It's like a smoke break. I go out 3 minutes. Don't expect me longer than that, and I'll be right back in. You know?
It's just like.
And if you don't smoke, go out and enjoy yourself. Have a fresh breath of air, especially in the fucking Applebee's. No, well, yeah. But yeah, no, there are people. I mean, I'm not gonna say any names, but there's people at my work that like. I'm like, holy crap, they'd have been in there for half an hour. And it's just because they're on their phone.
Isn't there?
You know?
Isn't there recently? I think it's China, maybe. Anyone can fact check me right now, but they are, or maybe it's Britain too. I don't know. It's somewhere where they're starting to, it's a company in the UK, specifically one company that is trying to innovate that they're giving more vacation time to non-smokers to compensate for all the non-smokers that don't go out 5 minutes an hour. That probably bothers you because
it does bother me. Well, the only thing is that it's hard to justify like
your point of view because
it's hard to justify my point of view because I'm smoking, but when I'm out there 2 minutes at a time and then I come in and say I work harder than 90% of the people there, they're getting vacation time and I'm not. You know what I mean?
But then I feel like it would just
motivate. You could be on your phone.
I think it would just motivate. I think it would just motivate smokers to just use the entire time.
Yeah, maybe.
Just like, all right, fine. If that's the case, then I'm going to stay out here for the full 5-10 minutes.
That's true. Some people would do that. I mean, specifically for my workplace, like I'm in and out because I can't leave a table there more than like 2 minutes. You know what I mean? I'm fucking pounding that cigarette real quick because, so I don't know. But it's hard because then there's people on their phone in the corner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like
it's doing
at least for Applebee's, it's like the people that aren't smoking when it's a boring day are on their phones in the corner. So it's like, do you exile
you don't even need to say company.
Yeah, but do you exile their vacation time because they're on the phone the same amount of time that I'm smoking?
I think it's all about the same.
Yeah. I would say so.
I don't know. But yeah.
I think that concludes episode
closing
2
out episode 2, babies.
Torn Between Two Brothers. If you're still enjoying yourself, make sure you like our page.
Like the page. Go see our YouTube. I'll be posting it later.
Yeah. Comment anything that you want to hear from us.
Please comment.
That you guys
say hi.
Talk about. Well, yeah, you can say hi, but like anything you want to hear us talk about, because the further and further we go with this podcast, we want people to become more involved.
Yep.
And we're gonna grow our audience to almost be part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's what our end goal is just have a topic. We might even have like the comment section show up on the page. So that way, like, it's an easier back and forth interaction. So while we're having a conversation, if we have like dead air or we're listening to each other, we can just see
or
what
there's
you
a
guys
difference
are
of opinion, and then we want to incorporate it and say that's a fucking great point, you know? Whatever it is.
We want to have you guys involved, so please get involved. On this main post. I tagged the page Torn Between Two Brothers. Click there.
Go
us a
like it.
Come say hi. Come see our YouTube. We might be shifting to YouTube as we post more and more videos there. Trying to see growth.
If you're not able to catch the podcast as well, and we have 5-minute segments that we're breaking into for the YouTube series. We're breaking little bits in, so you don't have to listen to the whole podcast.
You might not want to hear about sports or politics or literature or whatever
that catches your eye on the list. I mean, we talk about a plethora of things.
So shoot us a subscribe. Go check out our channel. We're really trying to build it from nothing. We're really trying to make this grow, and we're just having a good time at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
We're gonna come back. So because of Christmas and New Year's landing on Wednesdays, we're going to do the next couple episodes on Thursday. We have a very special guest coming in on the New Year. And we're going to see next week. We might have a guest. We might just hang out, the two of us. We might give Christmas presents to each other live.
Wait, what? We're doing a swap this year.
I might do a Yankee swap with him right here live on the podcast. Not really, because I'm not going to make him feel bad about himself. And we will see you guys in a week and a day.
After Christmas? So we can say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, enjoy yourselves. Have fun with your family, and come see us the day after.
Yeah, the 26th.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Take care, guys. Peace out, boys. My babies.
My babies.
My sons. My daughters. My lovely assistant. No, my lovely brother and co-conspirator. Conspirator.
It's all right. I'm sure 90% of our followers just ended when
like,
you said bye,
like,
babies.
Bye, babies. They're like, I'm that baby. I gotta get out of here. I'm not this age demographic. And good night, boys.